I don't know why Fortnite is so good at getting you into a game that is totally full and starting that game within 20 or 30 seconds basically every time, but they do it very, very well. And that is one thing that I think that Blackout does not do well at the moment. In fact, I have a couple gripes. My two biggest gripes of playing Blackout, after playing it for the last couple weeks consistently, are the wait times to get into a game. And then once you're in that pre-match startup time, sometimes it'll take you a solid 2 or 3 minutes before they actually throw you into the game. And then also the fact that the middle game has a lot of downtime sometimes. When I'm going through the footage trying to figure out which things I want to cut, because I don't think that you guys actually want to watch full 20-minute matches of Blackout, because probably 25 to 30% of the matches are running around looking for enemies and looking for things to loot. So I don't know how they can fix the load times, the queue up times, and the making sure that the game starts in a reasonable amount of time. But I do have an idea of how they can fix my other gripe with the pacing of the game, especially in the middle game that tends to be pretty slow. Of course, this also depends on where you're landing on the map, but I land in pretty high populated areas, and I'm having this problem with the middle game being kind of slow. The easiest fix I can think of for this is just to up the player count to 100 players in every single playlist. Right now, I think they only have that being the case in the duos playlist, and in the quads and solos playlist, it's 88 players. I would up that to at least 100. I might even consider upping it to something like 110, 120 players. This game is probably the hardest BR to get a victory in my opinion, not because the actual gunplay is all that difficult, but there's a little bit more of a random element to it, and you have to spend a lot more time looting in this game than you do in other BRs, and that's what gets me killed probably 50% of the time that I'm dying in this game. Overall, I just want to reiterate, if you guys have been watching my videos of Blackout since it launched, you probably already know that I really do enjoy this BR. It's a breath of fresh air for me at the moment, and I'm having a great time with it. And so these gripes are fairly minor to midland, in between that area. So I'm not going to say that these issues that I have with the game are enough for me to write it off or not want to play it. That's just not the case. But I do think that the game could be improved by speeding up the time that it takes to actually fill up the game somehow, some way. I don't know how they do it on the back end. I don't pretend to know how. I'm not saying that it's easy, but I do think that it would make the game better. And then also just adding more players across the board in every playlist. Minimum 100 to 110 players in every playlist, I think would turn not turn it around, because I think it's doing fine, but would make the experience a lot more enjoyable. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. Share them in the comments below. If you like this video, drop a like. If you really like the channel, you can hit that subscribe button. And yeah, enjoy the video. Kick your feet up. Enjoy. This is how people die. Who's he shooting at? Tempting. I could have sworn you could outrun this gas. Someone's in there.
Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety.
It's schwacked, bro. Mr. Beatty, thank you so much for 21 months. I'll read that in just a second. Give me a minute. This could be potentially perilous for me. That's a good looking rock. Whoa. I don't like how I have to get there though. Look at this. Oh god, I'm gonna get sniped so hard right now. I lost him, kinda. Ooh, that was a good ending, boys!